WordPress sites. It's WordPress?
Right.
And so I remember doing something like that, and I figured out that if I changed, like you have this heading by Don Dean, I learned that if I was to move that, it would move some stuff on my website. So I didn't know what I was doing. I was just playing with it, and that's as far as I know. Now that I'm actually learning about it, I know what I was doing now.
Yeah. So, yeah, WordPress definitely, if you know some HTML, it helps you to get the most out of WordPress. Because I use WordPress at my job at least on a weekly basis.
Right.
And I have to go in. It's easier for me to do things if I can go into the text version of it rather than doing it with the visual screen. So I have more control of it, and it's in many ways it's like faster to do it that way for me.
Right.
And so that's because I've had experience using HTML and cascading style sheets
right.
that I was able to utilize that experience, and it's helping me with an assignment that I do on my job.
Right. Which, by the way, thank you for sending me that link for the geo placing, or what do you call it, to rank in several cities where the business.
Oh yeah, geo
targeting.
Right, geo targeting. Yeah, right. Was that helpful?
It was very helpful. It looks like it's a little bit complicated, and I haven't given it the time to really sit down and try it. But I have to sit down and try, because the business that I currently own would need it. So one of the things, you know how people normally send you emails and tell you about, how they want to fix your websites and things like that. Somebody sent me one saying like, oh, did you know you're not geo-targeting the other cities around you? And so I didn't even know what he was talking about until I joined the class, and I'm thinking, oh, this is what he meant.
Right. And so, you have to be careful. Some of those are scamish.
Yeah.
And, they're just trying to get some money out of you.
Yeah.
But yes, that is what geo-targeting means, is to have a website that is focused on a particular area. Well, not just have a website, but market,
right.
Focusing on a particular area.
Right. Yeah, so, my current business needs that. In my current website, I made it with Wix, which now has some. It has some. What do you call it? Coding available, whereas before it was kind of like the drag and drop type of thing.
Yeah.
So now you're able to modify more things. I've never been so much into going in there and finding out what's going on because I'm not familiar.
Right.
But now that I'm learning, I'm a little bit more confident to go around, move stuff around.
Okay, that's wonderful. And it looks like we have V is here too.
So what? I'm sorry?
V.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, your classmate. He likes to be called V.
Oh, hi. I'm Carla.
Yeah, V's still in high school.
Oh, you're the young man that's still in high school. Congratulations. You're doing a lot.
Oh,
yeah. Quite amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. I was reading.
I'm still working on balancing between high school and college classes. So
good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So V, do you have any particular questions about anything?
Not necessarily. To be honest, I haven't taken a look at the module 2 yet because high school just started today, so I've been caught up with that. But I'll try and get some part of it done tonight or tomorrow. But no, not necessarily any questions. Just kind of joined in to see something.
Okay, so let me talk about what's due for this coming Sunday, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
So the way that I've set this up is I start it with a video. So if you go into the modules for module 2, I want everyone to view this video.
Right.
And it's only about 10 minutes long, but it gives an overview of the first week assignment. So this module is actually going to last for 2 weeks, but it just made more sense to me to go ahead and you make a video that covered the first assignment, since the second assignment is going to be kind of different.
Okay.
But the next thing is I have this section here where I give a web technology overview. Carla, did you view these videos and read this stuff?
Yeah, I'm already past that, and I'm already with the next one. I believe is where you start the tutorials.
Yeah. So was that helpful?
Actually, it was very helpful. I liked the first one because it explains a lot of information about what is coming up. So look at the next videos. You in the pages. I think I'm thinking about the other one. So anyways, when you get to the website or the videos, then you understand a little bit more because you already went over briefly on the first one.
Right. Okay, good. That's good. Yeah, so I have a video that is a 5-minute high-level explanation of what the internet is. And then I'm asking people to read this article from How Stuff Works, but that gets into much more detail about how the internet works. And then if you want to, there's a scholarly white paper about the internet that I've provided that explains how it works. But one of the
sometimes is a little bit harder to read.
Yeah, it is. But yes, but I need to provide those kinds of things for people that would like to read those.
Yeah.
And, I'm not requiring it, but I am providing it so that it has much more detailed information.
Yeah, it does have a lot of information, but for me, it just got too much, and I stopped and I went to the videos instead. Right.
But the main thing about the internet is that it's a client and server setup, and so there's the servers that hold the information, and then you're the client when you go to the browser, and you're asking the server to send you the information. And the incredible thing, the amazing thing about the internet is that the internet provides information kind of like how people get to work on the freeways. Because if a particular company has 10,000 employees and they're driving by car to get to the office, they're all taking different routes to get to the same place, right? Mm-hmm. And that's kind of how the internet works, is it breaks everything up into like little packets, these little bundles of information, and then they go on all these different routes, and they finally get to the same place. And the way that they get to the same place is they've put some coding at the front and at the back of these little pieces of information so that they know how to find each other, and they know how to arrange themselves in the proper order. So that's like just an amazing discovery that people made. And one of the people that's there's two different things. There's the internet, and then there's the World Wide Web. So the World Wide Web is the world mostly of browsers and the information that you get on browsers. That's more what we think of as the World Wide Web. And the person that's most responsible for that is Tim Berners-Lee. And he was a researcher at the CERN Institute in Switzerland. It's the one with the Hadron Collider,
Mhm.
where they're looking for the what they call the God particle. Have you heard about that? So they have this
Yeah.
big underground accelerator. It's like huge. It's miles and miles. It's underneath the Swiss Alps, and they make atoms. Well, they make atoms and photons and molecules go really fast.
And collide. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they collide, and then they split apart. So, anyways, that's where he works. And so, what happened was the amount of information that he had to keep track of was just killing him. He just couldn't do it, and so he created this hypertext transfer protocol and HTML, which is hypertext markup language. He created that to help him make sense of those piles and piles of information that he's getting. And the big wonderful thing that he came up with was he came up with this way of connecting information where you can click on something and it can go to another page. And I remember in I think it's 1994 or 95, I just graduated from UCSD, and the web was just getting started. And like the last year I was in school, some of the teachers started getting email addresses, and they were begging the students to send them email because nobody could send email back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, none of us had email. And so they're going, if anybody has email, send me one because I don't get any email.
Right.
And, yeah, but now it's like, no more email. Like, it's like way too much. And so anyways, yeah, so that was like at the very, very beginnings of the web. And so I learned about it, and then I went back to school and I took a class in web publishing. And I was like one of the early adopters of HTML, which is mainly how we made websites back then. And so I made a website for my company, and I did it in like secret because it was like a secret project. And so I said, okay, I want to show you something really special. So I invited them all back to my office, and then I showed them my web page. And it was like such a, really basic, crazy thing, it wasn't like anything really special. But then I clicked on a line of text and it jumped to another page. And they go, wow, wow, wow. And they were like so impressed. And they were so impressed that they started an online business based on the fact that I had done that. And they started their own web service providing business, and I became the webmaster for the company, and helped them with a web design business. And yeah, it was quite amazing, the effect. But
Right.
I mean, but now what I did back then was like just so basic, so kind of almost silly, but
Right.
but it seemed magical. And so this is what Tim Berners-Lee did, was he created this thing that was like seemed almost like magic, and it changed the world. And he didn't charge anybody for it. He just kind of he gave it to the world. And so that's why I really I have a lot of respect for him and what he's done. And he it's a gift that keeps on giving, and he in particular keeps on giving, because the other part of the assignment where I had you go to the W3 school site, he set that up to help train people in the use of the language that's used on the web, much more than just HTML. And then, so this video is about Tim Berners-Lee, and it also gives some more information about the internet and what he did, HTML. And then this video is like a basic video that shows what HTML looks like. So So Carla didn't have much experience with HTML. So do you, V? Have you, do you do it?
I did take a web design class
Uh-huh.
2 years ago and then Java last year,
Okay, good.
but it I haven't really applied it much, so
Right.
I'd probably say I'm rusty with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like learning a new language.
Hmm.
So you need to practice with it
Right.
and keep doing it. And
Right.
so the next part of the assignment after I have people look at those videos and read the articles is to go to the W3 School site. And so I provide the link here. And then when you get to the site, across the top you can see HTML, CSS, which stands for Cascading Style Sheets, JavaScript, SQL, PHP, and then there's Bootstrap. There's a whole bunch of them, and then there's more where you can see everything that they offer on the site. And this is quite an amazing thing that they've set this up to allow people to use it and learn at their own pace. But there's not much text that explains how things work, but mainly they have all these little tutorials that you can do. So the main thing that I want people to do is I need people to the students to self-select whether they already have experience with HTML and cascading style sheets or not. So if you're just a beginner, I'm asking people to do 5 of the tutorials in the HTML basic tutorials and 5 for cascading style sheets, because these two go together. And this is what's behind most web pages now is HTML and cascading style sheet. JavaScript, which at one point they thought was almost like a dead language, has come back, and it is now heavily used for websites, and it's like has a whole nother second life. And so that's another really great language to learn. So if you already have experience with HTML and cascading style sheets, I'm asking people to pick something else that they don't know about and do 5 of the tutorials, and then screen capture them. And so actually there's 10 tutorials total, so 5 for each of the 2 topics that you choose. So screen capture them, and then the next step is to write reflections on what you learned from that. So there's 2 different reflections that I want people to write, and they need to be at least 5 sentences long and no more than 8. And one should be with the heading, how the internet works. And then this is based on what you read and saw in the videos, what you read in the articles and saw in the videos, for you to explain what you learned from what you read and saw in those. And then the second paragraph should be about how web pages work, and that would be what you learned from doing the tutorials, what you thought and learned from doing those. So that's the main part of the assignment. And the last part of the assignment for this week is to get your Shopify store account. And so in order to do that, you just go and you get a free trial Shopify account. But then you have to go to this web page and fill in this information. So you put my name here, put Don Dean or Donald Dean, put that there. Put your name, put your email address, your student ID number, and then you put the URL of your Shopify store. Then you click submit. And what that does is there's a person that works for Shopify that gets these, and then they have to manually give all the students permission to keep the site until the end of the year.
So what is Shopify?
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you asked that. So Shopify is what they call an e-commerce builder.
Okay.
And what it is it's a way of easily building a website that
Okay.
you can use for e-commerce. And now they make it so not only that you can use it for e-commerce, but if you're someone that sells items in person, you can also use Shopify to help you with your sales, to keep track of your sales and make a display to help you. Well, if you're doing it for in-person sales, the main use for Shopify would be to enter in payments for it. So, and it's pretty reasonable. Let's see if we can open up a Shopify example. So here's some example sites. People that have built sites in Shopify. Let's see here. Let's look at this one called Faucet Face. So this is an e-commerce site for selling glass bottles to put water in, I guess. So yeah, so you can set it up to do things like that, where it pops up messages, and yeah. And then they have a page here that explains why you should get use glass instead of plastic, and anyways, basically it's like a mom and pop store, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's an example. That's not one that is out of the range of what people are doing in the class. Here's another site, Tattly. These are I'm guessing these are temporary tattoos.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fake tattoo by real artists.
Well, she's really tatted up. I think she's probably glad that she doesn't have to keep them permanently. Wow. So yeah. So I mean, it makes it easy for you, even if you don't know anything about HTML and web development, to actually create a website. So that's the main purpose of Shopify.
Okay.
Does that explain it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this will be like a platform where you go create your websites from.
Right, and so you can. Shopify is considered the best of the e-commerce builders. What they call e-commerce builders. Almost all the reviews I've read like Shopify the best, but of course there's other ones out there. But the nice thing is that they're giving it to my students for such a long period of time for free. So usually it's only 2 weeks that you can have a Shopify store.
Right.
So you get to have it for well, about 3.5 months. And then you can use your Shopify store for your final project for the class
Okay.
if you want. So, but if you're more comfortable using WordPress or something like that, you can do that instead.
Oh, if I may ask, so the final project is essentially make a website?
The final project is to make a website, yes. Make a website that incorporates things that you've learned in class. Over
Does
the
it?
semester.
Oh, okay. Does it necessarily have to actually sell products? Or?
Yeah, it should be an e-commerce site that either sells products or offers services. Now, it doesn't have to be a real store.
Oh, that's my.
Yeah, you don't have to like really sell the products, but if you want to, you can. So, yeah, I had one student once that set up a store, and he made quite a bit of money before the end of the semester. So that was good to hear.
All right.
So what was it that you guys were considering doing for your?
I mean, I wasn't necessarily. The main point of me taking this class is just, to get the knowledge of it. It'll definitely hold some advantage in the future.
Right. But
I
you
could
picked 3. Did you pick 3?
Yeah.
What
There
were
were
the 3 that you picked?
music, of course. I could
Yeah,
set
right.
up a website where people could book me for gigs, performances. I could get in touch with someone else, something simple
Sure.
like that.
Right.
Maybe teaching, although
Right.
it's a stretch for me.
Okay.
Photography, which would be another simple thing. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, any that whichever one of those 3 you feel most akin to, you can pick that one.
All right.
Yeah. So if, like, for instance, if you want to pretend that you are a great musician and you want to have a site to book you for gigs, you can make that kind of a site.
Yeah.
Why not? Think big.
Yeah.
Or if you
I
want
may as well try. Yeah.
or if you want to sell your photographs. Yeah. The one for the lessons, you could do that as well. But at some point soon, you'll need to pick one that
Right.
you have the best feeling about. Yes.
I have a question in regards to this website that we're going to create. We can start creating it with what we're learning with the HTML tags and everything, and with the proposed items that we have on the previous assignment, right?
Yeah, actually, you won't even need to use the HTML.
So
You can just do it with, Shopify is
is it the template type?
yeah, what it is it's a visual drag and drop type
Okay.
thing. So you can just type on the screen.
So it's like Squarespace or Wix.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Okay.
like Squarespace or Wix or Weebly. It's like,
Right.
yeah,
All right.
yeah,
So-
stuff like all of those. Just the thing that Shopify has more than the others is they have a lot of other tools to help you market and promote your business and
Okay.
keep track of your sales, and it's very robust.
So if we were to create the website and we start selling, in my case, I do have an actual product that I want to sell, or not a product, a service rather, that I want to sell.
Yeah. Do you already have a site for it?
No, I'm
Oh,
not.
okay. Yeah. So remind me of that one.
It's going to be the catering, vintage food truck and tap truck, like the beer trucks, like the
Oh, okay.
truck.
Yeah, I had a student last semester that did a food truck.
Yeah. So
They did a Greek food truck.
So right now I have the my current food truck, but then I also will start the other one once we relocate. So I want to work on this website since I'm already doing it.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the semester, is this going to be a reliable website to use to start selling the product?
It's up to you. So I've set this up so that you can practice.
Okay.
But if you like it and you want to keep it, you can.
And do we necessarily have to use Shopify to do our website, or could
No.
we technically, CSS, JavaScript?
You can use whatever method that you want. It's just that for this class, I have a lot of knowledge about HTML and cascading style sheets and some other methods to create websites. Also WordPress. But in the end, you can pick whatever way that's most comfortable for you to do it. But Shopify is a really nice platform.
Yeah. Okay.
So when you're out there, on the web, make sure that you are checking out other sites that have do similar things. So make sure that you're checking out like food truck sites, or if you're going to
go back.
Mm-hmm.
You see on the calendars.
Mm-hmm.
On where's mine? Thursday food truck lunch locations, August the 30th.
Mm-hmm.
Barbecue. That's my truck.
Oh, fantastic!
Wow.
So you're already here.
Yeah.
So so you're using, this is like a site that promotes food trucks in general.
Right. Yeah. So they show the calendars for whatever day of the week and where the trucks are going to be. But
okay.
I've done some research on other food truckers out there. The web pages are not that great, and that's one of the constantly hear from others, is that my web page is better than everybody else's, or not better. It stands out more.
So you already have one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I've taken a look, haven't I?
DoubleDogsBarbecueSC.com.
I see. So, the fact that you already have a website, we're going to have to talk about that.
Right.
Because I don't want to make you do too much additional work for the class. So, I mean, one of the things that you could do for your final project is you could propose some kind of substantial improvement to your current site.
Well, this particular website I am going to sell with the business, because I am selling my business.
Oh, okay.
I have to start a new one for my new business.
Okay.
So it'll be good for me to keep working on it either way.
Oh, okay. So what's your new one?
I don't have a new one yet, but
you want to do a new food truck?
I want to do a food truck. I don't have a name for it yet. It's going to be something with catering, and it's a vintage truck catering. It's not like the one. If you go to my site, you'll see my truck is one of the bigger trucks, like a big.
Yeah. What's the name of your site again?
Devil Dogs Barbecue.
I have to say, it's a pretty good website. I'm looking at it.
Oh, thank you. BBQ. Yeah, that one.
And the first one, yeah. Is this in Camp Pendleton?
The truck is all over the place, but it's mostly Devil Dogs. It's a Marine, so we're.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And that's why it's called Devil Dogs.
Okay. Is that your significant other?
That's my significant other. That's the one that brings the bacon home.
He looks a little bit like a devil dog.
Yeah, I know, right? Like
Okay, yeah. So you
That's,
use a template for this, right? What did you
yeah.
use?
It was just one of the generic ones they have there for a restaurant.
And what service?
Oh, Wix.
Oh, okay. Wix.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah,
And it used to be where Wix, it was just like the drag and drop type of thing where you couldn't really change much.
right.
They have opened it up to do more with the HTMLs and the code. Um,
Okay.
and that's where I haven't even touched it because I don't know about it, but I'm interested to see how I can make this better.
Okay, so this is not a web design class. I mean, it's not an HTML class.
Right.
We have other classes here at
Okay.
Maricosta that will teach you the basics of web design. So,
I think I'm getting, because I have another website design class. So I think I'm getting them both now
oh,
confused.
okay. Well, then that's good. Yeah. So, I mean, you should definitely from that other class,
Mm-hmm.
you can get what you need, the basics that you need to make sites like that.
Yeah.
And let's see, we can find. So up in here, I work in LA.
Uh-huh.
I'm up here during the week, and so this is like the home of food trucks. This is kind of
Yep.
where food trucks started.
Right.
And the one the Korean taco, that he was like the person that started the whole recent food truck revolution.
Right.
Of course, before that, they used to have food trucks, but we called them roach coaches.
Road coaches. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I still battle with some of the customers. I want to call it a roach coach, and I said, nope, it's our gourmet food truck. So this,
Yeah, so a lot of them have, they have like ones where they aggregate the food trucks, huh?
right. So this
Okay, so here's one for, okay, so here you can see some other food truck.
Mhm.
You know, what you want to do is definitely you want to look at the ones that are 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 good examples and borrow from them.
Right. To be honest with you, I haven't found much in regards to food trucks that have really good websites.
Yeah,
They don't have a lot, and that's why one mine stands out because I did some work to it, but they don't have this particular page you're looking at. This are a third party. They don't even have access to our website unless you pay for it.
right.
If you go to the green, I think it's called the Green Truck food truck. That one's one. That's one of the ones I looked into. It's been featured on TV, and so I figured they had really good money to put into the website. But I don't know, it just didn't look that great to me. You know,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is a better than average one.
yeah,
Yeah. But they're using a template basically
yeah,
and just dropping in photos and stuff like that.
right. And a lot of them seem to be like that. There's Cilantro is another one.
Cilantro,
No, chill, like
cilantro.
yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the original kimchi fries.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, something happened. What happened?
doesn't look like it's working. Oh, they're one of the ones that appeared on
Yep.
Shark Tank.
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah. The other one I was thinking of was there was one like the Lobster Brothers or something like that.
Oh, the cousins from Maine.
Huh?
Or cousins from Maine.
From Maine. Okay.
Sorry, I had to step away for a second.
Sure. Yeah, so this is one I've actually eaten from their truck, I think. And anyways, there's one that their truck, they have like lobster.
This is the guy.
Yeah, really?
Yep. And that's the website they have. You know, they have so much promotion and everything, but
Mhm.
their website are nothing impressive, and not to me, anyway.
Mhm. Okay, well, it's not bad.
I know, but if I had that kind of resources and money, I would be doing something, blowing people out the water and not, you know, making sure nobody's trying to copy me.
Well, let's make a start on that for in this class.
Yeah,
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 let's help you blow people out of the water.
yep.
Okay, so so is this discussion helping?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, good. And then we have somebody else joining us. DL, who's joined? DL Booker. DL Booker is lurking.
Maybe they have the speaker turned off or the.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. So so the other one was musicians. Musicians.
Yeah.
Do you know one?
Oh, you mean a website example?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me try and make sure. Hold on. There's a famous violinist that gets talked about a lot in our orchestra. Janine Jansen. Janine, and Jansen, Jansen.
Jane.
Yeah, and then Jansen, the second one.
Jansen.
Jansen, yeah.
Her.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
And then that should be the website.
Oh yeah, this is very attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's.
Is it with the website that's doing it?
Yeah, she's trying to put cookies.
Yeah.
In my browser. She's trying to put cookies in my browser because she's smart. Yeah. Oh, this is really nice. Yeah. So
that's one example, but like me deciding to do something with a music career to focus on that would be a bit iffy, since music isn't exactly easy to get into or to have, a steady flow of income, pretty much.
Right.
So yeah, it's just for the fun of it right now. So.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, as I mentioned, it doesn't have to be a real business. It doesn't have to be something you would be doing right now, but
right.
It's for the practice of doing it.
Right.
Okay. Are any other questions about anything?
Not right now, at least.
Okay. And how about you, Carla?
No questions.
And then the DL
Booker. I'm looking at the classmates list.
Yeah.
The person with the last name Booker is Linda Booker.
Oh, Linda. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So, Linda, do you have any questions out there?
She might be having trouble. Oh.
I apologize for being late. I don't get out of business until 7 o'clock.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, we're just talking about what things that they want to do for their final project. So that's what we were. And earlier in the evening, I went through the lesson for today. and gave some of my personal experiences about it. So I'm recording this session, and I'll put the recording online.
Yes, I
So
got that
so
last
you,
time.
yeah, was that helpful?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
I appreciate that. And I won't be able to make all the meetings, but I'll try.
Yeah. So after today, I'm going to do them every other week instead of every week,
Okay.
and because my plan is that to do things in module style where there's a 2-week lesson. So the second part of this week's lesson will be more focused on having you guys compare the different ways of doing business online, the different technologies that you can use to do business online, and making a choice as to how you would like to have a website, have an e-commerce site. And then the other thing is next week we'll make a start on our Shopify site, make a small start.
Okay, there was one thing I was looking at, is this Janine Jansen? Why were we looking at this?
Which one?
The website that you're showing right now, the Janine Jansen.
Uh-huh.
To answer her question, it was just because I'm a musician, so one of the ideas I would have is set up my own website to advertise pretty much, and so this was just looking up an example.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so she's someone you know?
Do I know? I mean, I've heard of her. She's a famous violinist, but I don't exactly know her personally.
Oh, okay. She's not in your orchestra. People in your orchestra have mentioned her.
If she was in our orchestra, we need to be paid. So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure she probably has too much to do as a musician. She's hired somebody to do this for her.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's beautiful site. Yeah, so Carla, you can have a beautiful site like this too.
Yep.
But the main thing is to one of the things that you want to do probably with your site is to connect yourself with your customers, and so use the site to do that, and so that they can keep track of where you are on certain days, and if they wanted to, they could, through the website, they can make an order, they can pre-order things.
I have already a calendar linked to it, a Google Calendar that I fill with my schedule with the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Tried the Square has a link to Wix in which I can have an online store.
Mm-hmm.
Take them from my website to my Square store. But it's just not for a food truck. That doesn't work very good because we're at different spots every day, and we get so busy sometimes that even if we get the emails requesting to order online, we're just too busy. We can't do it.
Right, I got it.
Tried it before. It's just not the best for my site.
Okay, so the main thing is to give people a schedule of where you're at and give them a good idea of what you have.
Yeah.
And then provide testimonials from people that have enjoyed your food.
Right. That's one of the things I don't have on this particular website. I did have another one a few months ago for catering. And in that one, I had a lot of testimonials. But this one, I'm trying to add more of the menus and figure out a way to have them book a meeting so we can talk about their event or, try to.
Right, for catering?
Yeah, for catering.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that's good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that would be a good use of it. And the other thing, I don't know if you would want to offer, do any kind of special offers, mm-hmm. that if they print out a coupon or something like that
yeah,
they could bring it to you.
Yeah, from the website, I'm able to send them a particular promotion. Mm-hmm. Whoever's been my customer and has has access to, or I have access to their email.
Mhm.
So if I wanted to, I could run some marketing that way where I send them a coupon or reminder or something like that. But I haven't, I've done it 1 or 2 times, but that's all I've done with it. Not much more.
Okay. And so, Linda, do you have any particular questions?
No, I'm just trying to get my camera to work, so I'm gonna.
It's okay. You don't, yeah, it's okay. As long as we can hear you. That's
Oh, great.
and how is it going so far with what we've done so far in class?
So far, great. I'm very excited to keep moving, might I say.
Okay.
And some things that I've applied already, just looking at the lessons are really good.
Okay.
But no questions yet.
Okay. Does what I've been doing, does it seem too easy or too difficult or somewhere in the middle or?
No, it's kind of somewhat in the middle.
Okay, that's good.
I'm kind of just kind of surfing a little bit yet.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, I have so many other obligations. I again apologize for being so busy, but if you're a business owner, you have a life of busy. But I'm ready to kind of delve in and see what I can do to add to my website and see how that comes out.
Oh yeah, and you already have a website.
I do.
Yeah, I think I've already taken a look at it.
Uh-huh.
So
And
yeah, let's bring it up. What is it again?
it's dlbooker.com.
Oh yeah, right. The clothing store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We are attempting to make this a little bit more, friendly,
Right.
so that you can go directly to some of the products that are on there. But it's web ready. It's ready for e-commerce.
Yeah, right. Have you made any sales from here?
I have, yes.
Oh, okay, good.
I had a site previous to this one. We changed it for a more modern look.
Mm-hmm.
And I got more sales from the last one than I did this one. So that kind of let me know it wasn't that web friendly. It wasn't that friendly to where you can just, really move around and get what you want. But I did sales from it.
Yeah, that's what counts.
Yeah, besides the fact that I do have, a brick and mortar, so that if I lead people to the website, that helps as well.
Yeah, the big thing right now is to combine the two, to combine your physical store with your online store, and to make them work together.
Exactly.
And so there was an article that was in the New York Times. It was either yesterday or the day before, but it was about how like Amazon knocked a lot of people out of business, right?
Yes.
But what's happening now is they're figuring out that things are starting to kind of stabilize. And who's that honking on there?
Yeah, I can.
What's going on? Any case, so things are kind of stabilizing, and the people that haven't gone out of business yet, they've kind of figured out. They're figuring out how to survive, and so like the companies that have done it are doing it well, are that look like they're going to be able to survive. There's like Target and Walmart, but there's other ones, smaller ones that have found some kind of a niche and you're filling a need. They're seeing a need and filling a need.
Yes, Amazon is a big competitor, something that you definitely have to be able to go around. There's still a lot of people that don't trust online sales.
Right.
my
There
mom.
are, believe it or not, it really is. They don't like to put their information online and et cetera, et cetera. So they would rather, have you do it or, order from your store or come in your store and purchase there.
Right. Yeah. So they're finding that it's a combination. So what a lot of times people do is they'll come into the store, they'll see and feel, touch and smell something, and then they'll go back and order it online.
Right.
And so
That's exactly.
people go back and forth.
Yeah. It kind of builds a trust there where people know you.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they can count on getting what they're asking for.
Right. And what is it that you sell the most of? What's your
Men's
biggest
apparel.
selling? Men's apparel?
That's exactly.
Really?
I was about to say, I might get one of your blazers for the orchestra concert. I mean, they fit the dress code for the concert. So
Which one is it?
I think it's the slim fit dark bamboo blazer.
Oh my goodness! You got a sale. We got a sale.
Yeah, I can tell the other orchestra members who need to buy tuxes or blazers.
We do have all of that, and we have a tailoring service as well.
Okay.
So, I'm a kind of a small.
Oh, here the blazers. These.
Yeah.
So which one of these?
The second
this one?
The bamboo blazer.
The dark bamboo blazer.
It's probably the one that fits closest to our dress requirements for the concert.
Well, that's a pretty wild blazer.
I know. It stands out.
You should see it live. It's very nice.
Okay, well, good. So we have a sale for you.
Thank you.
Almost.
Yeah, if I can find some money, yeah.
Okay, yeah, and if he buys, he's going to tell all his friends.
Yes, and that's the best. Word of mouth is probably the best will that we have.
Absolutely.
But we're on every social media that there is, Instagram, Facebook, and quite a few.
Yeah. And what have you found that's helped you the most so far?
Well, I'll tell you, it's actually coming straight from the store, from just out of the store. That's the best. Our communication, our motto is explore the difference. So we do far and beyond customer service.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been our winner. That's been our niche.
Okay. And then where is your store located?
It's in South San Diego.
Uh-huh.
We're here near Cox Cable.
Oh, okay.
I think I know where that is.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right there near near Euclid and 94?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. We're inside the Fanmark Shopping Center.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know where that is. Yeah.
Please come by, stop in, and you can get a bird's eye view of everything that we sell. And when you look at what we have in the store versus what's on our website, you'll wonder what in the world.
Are you there on the weekends?
I am there on Saturdays only. Yes, Sunday we take a day off. We have to have one day.
Okay, but you're working in the store yourself on Saturday?
I work every day, and Saturdays I sometimes come in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll come and visit you.
Oh, good, great.
Yeah.
My family is there, and that's where I get most of my support from my family.
Oh, okay.
They'll let me know if you come in. And
I will. And then, so you're there for sure on Fridays?
Oh, yes, on Fridays for sure.
Okay, yeah. I'm off work every other Friday.
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll love to have you there. Come in.
I'll try to stop by. Hopefully a week from this Friday. A week from this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put that on my calendar.
Well, I'm going to finish the session for today, unless there's any other questions.
No questions here.
Not so far.
Okay, and so if you come to a future class meeting, Linda will take a deeper dive into your current site if you want.
Oh, that's great. I just
Same thing with Carla.
okay.
Yeah, great.
Good.
All right.
there are other business owners as well.
Okay. So we're going to meet again in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. And yeah, if you have any questions, send me an email. I'm here.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.